and we're about to get cooking with our first recipe of the day, and it's my Chipotle salmon with charred corn and avocado salsa. We've got the Avocado fired up, the force is ready to go, and I'm going to be using the roasting rack today because this salmon, we're going to smother it in Chipotle, put it on a roasting tray into the barbecue. Absolutely perfect. It's going to be nice and golden, that rich, deep red color you get from the Chipotle. So let's get started. I'm going to put the lid down on the barbie, get it set to a low temperature. We want to roast it at about 180, 200 degrees. But first, the salmon inside here, we've got our Huon Tasmanian grown salmon, absolutely delicious. And this is sort of, I guess you'd call it half a side. You can get a full side, which is, probably a little bit longer. Just gonna get a tray. I'm gonna pop the salmon onto our tray, get rid of this paper. And how beautiful does that look? The flesh is just absolutely perfect. I've got some chipotles in adobo, which have just been crushed, chopped until they're sort of quite loose in their own sauce. So that's gonna go into a little mixing bowl. Also have some black pepper, ground, gonna pop that in. Cumin, some garlic, and then I need a good pinch of salt. Obviously, we're cooking with seafood here, but still needs a nice season. And then I'm gonna add a squeeze of lime juice just for some freshness, already to marinade. Just with those chipotle and the ground cumin. So good. So mix that up. Now we need a little lubrication, so we've got our squeaky gate, the mild one, which is perfect for this sort of application, just to really lubricate it and allow us to sort of coat that salmon nicely. So that's what I'm talking about right there. A little chunky, but still it's got that nice sort of drizzle. With the salmon now, I'm just gonna basically pour this over the top. And I can just use that same spoon just to sort of lather it on, all over, on the edges, on the sides, spoon it up, put it back on the top, allow it to sort of naturally fall down. That is looking absolutely delicious. Coated nicely, covered in that chipotle there. And we've got our roasting rack inside the barbecue. Barbecue's preheated, so I was gonna pop this on, get it started. And I reckon that's gonna be just about 20 minutes. But while that's happening, I'm also gonna add some corn onto the grill directly. There's 1, 2, and 3. Lid goes down, let it do its thing. We'll come back, it's gonna be nice and golden, just cooked on the inside. The barbecue is chugging along nicely, sitting perfectly on 200, just where we want it. Now, the salmon's been in for about 10 minutes now, and we haven't opened the lid. I just want to try and encapsulate that heat as much as possible, but we do need to change and turn the corn. So it's gonna, oh, look at that, it's bubbling up. Absolutely beautiful. I'm just gonna turn the corn quickly, get a little bit of a mix up on that. Beautiful. But as you can see, the salmon, it's started to bubble. That caramelization is occurring, and the skin is gonna get nice and sticky. I really don't think we're too far off, but let's give it a couple more minutes. Okay, we're there. I think the salmon's done. Looking good. First thing I'm gonna do is just grab our corn. There we go, there we go. And what I'm gonna do is actually give this corn a little touch up with some of the Western Star spreadable. So a little bit of our good Aussie butter on top of some delicious grilled corn. It is really one of life's great pleasures, I think. All right, corn is looking nice and buttery and juicy. And now basically we can make the salsa up right here in the bowl. So I'm just gonna get my knife and run the knife through these corn cobs. Still nice and warm. Butter and corn, it sort of reminds me of like the movies, Look at that, nice color, a little bit of char on there. That is looking delicious, nice and buttery and juicy. Got some avocados here. I'm just gonna do a little fine dice on them. Super ripe is always good. Look at that, oh, perfect. Cut the knife through. I'm just gonna scoop out this avocado into the bowl with our corn. Look at that, what else do we have? We've got a little bit of red onion that I'm just gonna sprinkle over the top. Some crumbled feta. over the top as well. And then I've got some zingy fresh lime juice, perfect. Drizzle of oil, seasoned with a little bit of salt. And then just finally, I'm gonna run my knife through some coriander for a bit of freshness, a bit of color. Obviously that beautiful herbage we love. Pop that on top, and this is gonna be setting aside until we serve it. The salmon can come off. Looks so good. Exactly how we want it. The key now is just to get it all in one piece. Oh yeah. And that's exactly what I'm looking for. And now with this corn avocado salsa, just a light little push through, nothing too crazy because I don't want the avocado to get too mushy. And then I'm just gonna drape this over the top of the salmon, let it sort of rain down the sides. But this is super fresh, really delicious. That delicious Tasmanian salmon. Now you can just imagine this coming straight off the Everdure Force, hitting the table, family and friends around, diving in. You can make 2, 3 of these. This Huon salmon, it goes so far, and that really is pretty as a picture, packed full of flavour, delicious, juicy, pink on the inside. That's how you want it.